When's the last time that you checked in with the state of your soul? So I have embarked on a new course of study, and it is making me review these things. And for someone who pretends to do the work, the deep emotional work every day, and Facebook comes up for me and take responsibility and make the shifts necessary, we all get a little self-congratulatory or just stuck in what we know. And then we defend what we know because it's familiar. Or it's helped us, right? Like it got us to where we are, or it helped us through this thing, and it works, So we go back to it and we rely on it. But upon like a deep reconnection and taking like all the judgment out, like taking out all of the things where we kind of project, our stories to make those things work even more for us, because we know that our human self and our ego doesn't want change, even if it's for good. It just doesn't want change. So when you start to find a groove that works, your mind's going to lock you in. First, it's going to resist, and then it's going to lock you in because they're like, okay, this is working, but don't go any further. So in this new study, I'm being asked to ask myself questions in new ways that are like, I find myself getting triggered and then having to be like, whoa, you need to open your mind just a little bit. Why are you running there? So even that, just this discussion of why is like your initial reaction like, fuck you. Like, is it, and I guess the discussion is that my questioning nature, that I want to make sure that it feels true to me, or is that just like my natural rebel, like I want to do it my way? And that can be a trick and a trap, because the best way to learn is to keep that beginner's mind, is that opening, more innocent, not naive, but like the wonder of, wow, maybe I'll learn something amazing, maybe I'll learn something new, not the jaded, I know this part, I got this on lock. How are you going to learn something new if you're so sure you know things? So it was humbling, and it was a really good new problem to have, to be like, you need to shift your frame a little, honey. If the fact that you are coming at this and your initial reaction is like defense, means that you are not being absorptive. So you're not going to get out of it what you could, because you're going in with the door ajar, not open. And you're being invited in openly, and you're shutting it halfway because of your own natural mindset. So I'm taking a conscious effort each time I go to this place of study. I'm going to take a moment, try and put an effort in to put aside the things that I carry with me every day, even if they're beneficial, and come in with a really open, even wondrous, childlike mind, wondering, questioning, but in a very open way, and feed me your things. And then in the digestion process, we can be a little bit more discerning of, this absolutely resonates with me, this needs like further viewing, but the fact that initially I'm going in like a little jaded, which isn't my nature. I was like, that's not the way to learn. That's not the way to learn anything, is going in thinking So my man has asked me to call and get us ballroom dancing lessons. How awesome is that? And yet I have put off that call every fucking day, because dance is like prayer for me, and I want to be good at it. And I'm nervous I'm not going to be good at it. So I better not try. That's the other half of this, right? So my resistance and judgment is my own fear of, first of all, my fear of not being perfect, and my fear of, being exposed as like, you don't fucking know everything. Shocker. So these are the games that I play with myself every day. And I'm sure that some of this sounds like a little familiar to you. So what I'm inviting you to do today is, if you come across something where your like complete initial reaction is like, absolutely not, no fucking way, take 1 second and be like, what's in that? What's in that hand up? What's in that, like that stopping short? What's stopping you short? And would taking a breath and opening to it a little more give you something? So that's what I'm going to discover today. And, you know, and I ask you to post, and if you go through this experience, share what you know, put a message below, share what came up for you, and whether it was you just remaining true to your code and your alignment, or whether it was like your ego just being like, fuck that, I don't want to learn something new, I know something better, don't even engage, like we can tend to do. And that is what came up for me today, and I will see you tomorrow.